What's up, everyone? It is your girl Jail Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into another main chick, side chick, or my side chick makeup. So I got a lot of palettes sitting here in front of me. So as usual, I actually have some face products though from once. Y'all know every once in a full moon I have some face products, but in general I usually go for like the makeup products and whatnot. Crap, I left one at home, so I'm trying to decide if I should even do this or not now, because that was one I was really excited about and proud about, and I already did a video about. So I guess I'll do the face products last, so that way I can add that part on in this same video, and I'll then another time I meant to leave it here and forgot like an idiot. So we're just gonna get into the palettes now, so I can take these palettes home, and then I'll do the face part last, and that can be a part two. Who is this? Oh no, it's the you know, the take a moment thing on your iPhone. That's what that noise was. But I was like, what is going on? Because I was listening to Beyonce's new album when I was washing my brushes. Because what I do now is I'll go home, and then when I come back at night, when I have some other content I have to film after my son goes to bed, because he don't want to be here all day with me filming content, plus stuff comes in the mail on Saturdays, and I have to go back home and get it and come back. I know y'all, it's a whole thing I'll be dealing with, so I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm taking stuff out of the boxes while I'm talking, so I'm trying to multitask as we do all this stuff. So okay, now I'm here. So first, main chick, side chick is the new palette from Natasha Denona's My Dream collection, alongside the Primrose palette from He Who Should Not Be Mentioned. But I figured they were close enough to where if you had that palette, you might not need this palette, and if you have her shade Black is Black already. Now it's hard for me to hold this one up sideways because a couple of shades are like pressed differently, so and since this is so long, I'm gonna have to hold it like this and just look weird for 5 minutes, sorry. But this is what it looks like on the inside. You see what I'm saying about them looking pretty similar? I feel like if you took out this black, or if you just use a black from another palette, that these are similar enough to where you don't need both. Now, I didn't like the blushes in here. One of them looks like it should be a bronzer shade for someone of like a light skin tone, and then the blush obviously didn't work for anybody my skin tone. So I didn't like that first of all, or the fact that they were in the palette. Then the color story was just meh to me compared to all the other color stories I have similar to this. Plus, I don't like the formula on this. I don't know what it is. So obviously, you know I'm going with Natasha as my main chick. This is my side chick. However, if you like this palette and you do have it, my suggestion is if you already have a black eyeshadow or a single black eyeshadow, then you already have this palette. That's just my personal opinion. Now, of course, you don't have a dual chrome shade, but again, if you have this palette and you have singles, you have most likely a black single and you have a dual chrome shade if you buy indie makeup like I do. So, of course, Natasha is the main chick, and He Who Should Not Be Mentioned is the side chick. If you all remember in my makeup collection video, I told y'all I wasn't really rocking with this brand or like promoting them in any way. So that's why I say He Who Should Not Be Mentioned. I didn't even want to like give it a name, but I feel like with the name of the palette, you know. I heard the next palette they coming out with like is another version of this one. Like it's a small version of this palette and something else, according to Makeup Craze on what is it, on Instagram. I've been trying to find her TikTok. She didn't say what it was, but she said she had one, and I'm intrigued and want to see it. And I'm so sorry that Angel Naked got taken off on Instagram because she posted, I heard it's a he posted the new Huda Beauty palette, and it just looks like a chocolate version of the what do you call it palette? It looks like a chocolate version. It looks like a big chocolate version of the Naughty Nude palette. So if you've seen it, then you know. I didn't screenshot it, but you know, I did get to see it before it got taken down and his account just magically disappeared. But if you were interested in looking for him, somebody said he has one on like European platform. You might be able to get it there. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna be able to read it in English, but at least you'll get to see the pictures of the latest stuff. So there's that. Next main chick, side chick is the Norns versus the Magic palette. Now this is the Magic Mini and the Norns palette. I feel like the color stories here are somewhat similar. Now, don't get it confused. I'm not saying they're exact by any means. I just felt like they were somewhat similar. So I figured I'd share both of them with you and let you see what you think. You see what I'm saying, though? Like, I feel like this one has more warm tones than this one does, but I feel like they have a similar color story. And these are palettes I would actually like put together, because I feel like some of the mattes in here are okay, but I feel like some of the mattes in here would go nice with this. Like some deeper blues to go with the lighter blues, and some more warm tone shades to go with like the warm tone shimmers that are in here. So if I had to pick a main chick, side chick, but this one is hard because it's like I love the color story of this one completely. With this one, I like a good majority of the color story, but some things that I don't like. But I like the Oden's Eye formula better, so I'm gonna go with Oden's Eye as the main chick and Juvia's Place as the side chick. I'm trying to get some more what are the favorite palette combination videos for y'all, and some more 5 brands to do themselves. And I want to do one about summer palettes and how you have palettes that transition from summer to fall. So I'm gonna grab some of those and I'm gonna try to film that video tomorrow. Excuse me, when I get off work. So the next main chick, side chick I have is Shroud's Arcadian palette versus the Haunted Europe palette. Now I know their news palette just got revealed today. My girl Dionluvsmakeup is actually going to be giving y'all a review on it tomorrow. We use code Dion in this household when we buy anything from Mented Cosmetics. But let me show you the inside of both these palettes. Also, my Shroud palette from Baddie Bean said it got shipped today, so I'm hoping it'll be here at the end of this week, and then I can do y'all palette comparisons for that and all that. I'm starting to think about just doing my palette comparisons on my stories to save time like I did before. Let me know if y'all are interested in that and like that better, so that way it won't take up as much time in the videos, because sometimes I'll be sitting here for a good 5 minutes just showing y'all palettes amongst other palettes, when we could save that for a shorts, and then you can look at that at your leisure and don't have to worry about it taking up time in the video. So let me know down below. But anyway, this is what they look like side by side. And you see what I'm saying about the color stories? Like, I know this one is a little more warm tone than this one is, but I feel like they're giving the same similar color story, if you will. It's just Nomad gave you a few more colors, and this one was just straight warm, cool. I want to do a video where I show palette patterns too, like how certain palettes have like warm and certain palettes have cool, or like half and half palettes like this, because I know there's a lot of brands do that when they're not sure about color stories. But if I had to pick, again, this is a hard one, because I'm like, I love the color story of this and the fact that it's just straight up warm and cool, like the Juvia's Place Magic in this one and this one as well. But at the same time, I love the shimmers in the Nomad one, and I just love Nomad's vibe overall. So with this one, it's like hard for me to choose, but if I had to choose, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Shroud one. So the Shroud one is the main chick, and the Nomad is the side chick. So there we go with that. Now I gotta keep those here, plus the new Nomad palette I'm getting. So I want to compare the Haunted one to the new, I think it's called, it's Hudson Valley in New York City. I believe that's where she said the that's where Felicia said the new palette was supposed to be inspired by. Next, main chick, side chick I have. I don't know if I put these in the video before or not, so if I did, my apologies, but this is a Sorcery palette up against the Celestial Storm. Now, they don't make Celestial Storm anymore, so another reason I want to show this is might be a good alternative. So I actually need to put this in 5 alternatives to limited edition palettes video too. So again, I try to find dupes and alternatives for y'all once people get rid of stuff in their collection, and I'm so sad Kirsten got rid of this palette, because this is one of my all-time favorite palettes from her brand. Side note, but you see what I'm saying about the colors? Like, if I covered up these right here, what do you see? Because I see just about the same palette with those 4 warm shades at the bottom covered up. So that's why I was like, I feel like this is a good alternative to this palette if you don't really care about having the warm tones, because you get all the cool tones that I love about this palette that we all know. I bought the palette for what this part up here. So when it comes to main chick, side chick, I'm definitely going with the Sorcery palette, first of all, because you all can't get this one anymore, and second of all, just because I love the foilness of the shimmers of this. The shimmers in here are nice. It's just like Fenty Cosmetics just hit it out the park. So I'm like, yes, we gotta go with this one, we gotta go with this one, we gotta go with this one. So this one is the main chick, and Kirsten's is the side chick, mainly because you can't get it anymore. Now, I'm sure you can buy it from some people on Bakerie. Girl, I ain't telling you can't, but just as far as, you know, like having the palette and being able to buy it brand new, and some people probably still have theirs brand new if they're makeup hoarders like me. I try to use every single palette in my collection though, but I have a few actually right now I have not used, which I'm ashamed of. Don't judge me for. Next main chick, side chick I have is another Nomad palette. This is the, what is it? Province palette up against my Paletopoly from Ace Beauty. I did a look with this. The brand actually commented on my picture, which I was extremely flattered about, but I feel like these look pretty similar. If you take like the greens and the blues out of this palette, or matter of fact, if you just take out the blue section on the end, I feel like it'll be the same as this one. It's hard for me to cover it up though because of the way I have to hold the palettes, but I feel like if you imagine like this row right here being gone with like the blues, or maybe just take out the bluish purple shimmers, you will see what I'm talking about, because they look pretty spot on in my personal opinion. So I'm trying to decide if I should do a 5 alternative limited editions palettes or not with these, because it's like I don't know if the Paletopoly one is limited edition or not, or if this one's limited edition or not, so I have to check the website and that'll help me determine. So with main chick, side chick, when it comes to this, I'm gonna go with the Nomad one, just because I love the color story of this. Like, I think the color story of this is so unique and fun. You got your red wines, you got the classic purple wines, you got this bright yellow section just to add a unique pop of color that I feel like other brands might have not necessarily came up with, but obviously did, because, you know, it's in this one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Nomad as my main chick in this instance, and Ace Beauty is my side chick. Mainly just because I don't know, I felt like when I look at this palette, I'm not as inspired as I am with the other one. Plus, it has like neutral tones in it, which is kind of gearing me more toward this one because it's like I have the same color story, and I don't have to worry about like having the neutrals in there, because y'all know I'm not big on neutrals. So the fact that the neutrals are in there is kind of just like bumped it down a little bit, because it has nothing to do with the quality. It's just the fact that I got to deal with these neutrals, and it's like, girl, I don't really rock with neutrals as it is. So the fact there's neutrals in this one, I can use the one without it, just like I said, bumps it up higher for me. So I'm gonna go with Nomad. The last one I have to talk about before we get to the face stuff is Lowest Cosmetics Meet Me at Midnight palette versus the Dark Edit palette. So I actually had said I couldn't find a lot of palettes to compare to this one, and one of you all left in my comment section that you thought the Dark Edit palette would be similar to this one, not the Dark Mattes, the Dark Edit in particular. So here they are side by side, and y'all can tell me what you think about this Main Chick Side Chick, since one of you all suggested it. I can somewhat see where they were coming from with the color story, because it does have a lot of like the purple and I guess reddishy type tones to it, and a little bit of those darker greens and like the navy blue, whatever. So I can see where they were coming from with it, but if I had to pick one, I definitely pick the Viseart Dark Edit against the Lowest Cosmetics. If you all remember my review, I said I didn't like this palette that much, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I'm gonna go with Viseart as the main chick and Lois as the side chick. So let's move on to these face products, girl.